Welcome back to the Dragon Den. My loyal Dragonites, King of Dragons 5000 is back with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Hasbro Power Rangers Lightning Collection in Space Silver Ranger. And so here we have the Silver Ranger pose and out of the packaging, and before we have a look at his details, let's run through his accessories. The Silver Ranger does come with a helmeted head and an unhelmeted head. He also comes with two pairs of hands, his Super Silverizer in its blaster form and its bladed form, as well as an effect piece for his Super Silverizer. Other than that, we don't get any other accessories with the Silver Ranger, so with that out of the way, let's have a closer look at his details. So here we have a closer look at the Silver Ranger, and Hasbro has done a really good job with the in-space Silver Ranger. Taking full advantage of that marbleized silver plastic, it looks really good here on Zhane. You can see the marbleized helmet is done nicely with his helmet, and all the details are also nicely done here. The top circle is done in a glossy black, as well as his visor, which look amazing. It doesn't appear that Hasbro painted the silver of his mouth, and the gold is kind of hard to see on this plastic. But the line work is really clean on his helmet, and the sculpt work is phenomenal. Taking a look at his body, it's your standard Lightning Collection body before the updated articulation scheme. His costume is perfectly reflected with the in-space Silver Rangers, as it does have those squares in the middle of his chest. They are surrounded in gold paint, which looks good, and they're done in this really nice deep green. The paint on the gold is rather clean, but it is kind of hard to see on this plastic. Taking a look at his arms, you can see the marbleized plastic looking really good here. Once again, he does have gold on his arms, but again, it is kind of hard to make out just because of the type of plastic used. His glove is painted in both white and gold, and you can see the gold is a little more noticeable here on the white paint. And his hands are done in white plastic, giving a huge contrast between the white plastic and the white paint. His in-space belt is done very nicely and is actually molded in this really nice gold plastic. The sculpt work on the front is very well done, and I do like the added details they put on the back of his belt. His legs once again carry over that marbleized silver plastic where you can see the swirls and twirls in it, but it does look nice on the Silver Ranger. You can see that Hasbro actually put seam lines in his outfit, which look really good here. Finally, taking a look at his boots, they are done in white plastic, and you can see a stark difference in the molded plastic versus the painted white. The gold on his boots stands out much more on the white plastic, and I really like the sculpt work here on the boots. So overall, the in-space Silver Ranger is nicely done, although some of the details do get lost just because of how he's made. With his paint and detail out of the way, let's compare him to our usual suspects. Here we have the Silver Ranger posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and DC Multiverse Superman, Mattel's WWE Elite Series and Mezco's 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. And finally, we have him posed next to a Lightning Collection White Ranger and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. So as you can see, he will scale nicely to the rest of your Lightning Collection, which is more in line with true 1/12 scale. With his comparisons out of the way, let's have a look at his articulation. The Silver Ranger has a ball joint in the head and a hinge in the neck, butterfly joints in his shoulders, arms go out to the side and dual full 360. He has a double bend here in his elbow, swivel hinge at his wrists. The Silver Ranger has a ball joint in his upper torso and a reverse ab crunch. Legs kick forward, go back, out to the side, and have a thigh swivel. A double bend in his knees, a swivel in his boot, hinge in the ankle, and forward-facing pin for rocker. So the standard articulation for the original mold for the Lightning Collection, and it does work here for the in-space Silver Ranger. With everything said and done, let's get the in-space Silver Ranger pose for my final thoughts. So here we have the in-space Silver Ranger pose for my final thoughts, and overall, a really nice figure that I'm barely getting around to take a look at. Though a lot of people aren't a fan of the marbleized plastic, I think it works perfectly here for the Silver Ranger. It looks very good and makes him really distinguished from the rest of the Rangers that you might have in your collection. Now, because he is using the older body, he will have those exposed pins, which honestly, it's not a problem for me. The accessories work for him perfectly, as he does come with his Super Silverizer both in its blaster form and its bladed form, which I think is a really good move by Hasbro. The major downside to this figure is that he was a Walgreens exclusive figure, which he was pretty hard to actually find. Sadly, at the time I'm making this video, the Silver Ranger is out of production, and the only way to get this version of him is through eBay. Hasbro did later release a new version of the Silver Ranger with the updated articulation and his bike, which is pretty cheap on sites like Amazon and Big Bad Toy Store. But I like what we have here, and Hasbro did a really good job with the in-space Silver Ranger. If you're a fan of the character, I can see a lot of people tracking this figure down, as he will look really nice with the rest of your Power Ranger collection. Now, I did pick up my Silver Ranger about 2 years ago when I got Jigsaw, but I'm barely getting around to do it, which I really do apologize. But he's still a great figure to own, and if you can track him down for an affordable price, definitely pick him up. So with that being said, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and check out the rest of my Power Ranger videos. If you're in a position to support the Dragon Inn, check out my Patreon where I have exclusive content and early access videos. Check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, videos, recent pickups, latest prints, and as always, ring that bell so you never miss another video. And until next time, my fellow Dragonites coming from the Dragon Den, I'm King of Dragons 5000 reminding you to redesign, rebuild, and reclaim. I'll see you next time.